Hi, it's Chris Crocker in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Center, and we have a weather alert day for Friday through Saturday. Actually, 2 days, one storm, but two major impacts. Starting off with some snow in time for the morning commute, and then moving on to high winds as we get into especially Friday night and early Saturday morning, although all day Friday is going to be windy, and this is going to be impacting the entire region. Let's start off with the snow. That is the first thing that we're going to be dealing with, and that comes in late tonight. In Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we are going to be right on the rain snow line for much of the night. Essentially, the higher totals, the bigger impacts are going to be on the higher benches, about 2,000 feet and above, right down in Spokane, along the river, in downtown. You may be dealing with just a rain snow mix, or might even stay as just rain. But here's what the forecast radar shows: that wet weather moving in late tonight and continuing through tomorrow morning's commute. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and you'll notice that a lot of the Spokane area is turning over to green. We have some warm air coming in, and then we will see the transition to rain in all of the valley locations. Our snow level will be increasing throughout the day until it's up around 5, maybe even 6,000 feet. So if you do wake up with snow at your house, very likely it will not be around for long. However, it still is going to have an impact on your morning commute and on the trees. That is one of the things that we're really looking at as the potential for this heavy, wet snow falling on trees that have not yet lost their leaves, and that is going to cause problems with breaking limbs and other issues. Meanwhile, our forecast radar keeps the rain going right on through the day, and that is going to take us into some concerns about wind. But first, I want to show you the winter weather advisory. It goes into effect at 9 o'clock this evening and continues through Friday morning for the areas shaded in purple on your screen. 2 to 4 inches of snow around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Those higher totals are going to be on the Idaho side of the border, above 2,000 feet. We'll see those lower totals in Spokane, and below 2,000 feet, it could be even less, 1 to 3 down on the Palouse. Meanwhile, a winter storm warning for the area shaded in pink on your screen through Friday morning at 11 a.m. 1 to 5 in the valleys, with up to 10 in the mountains of the central panhandle, North Idaho, and the northeast mountains of Washington. I do have to say, with those valley snowfall totals, you have to measure them quickly. They may pile up that much, but then will begin melting almost right away. You won't have much to show for the snow by tomorrow afternoon. Winds will be picking up throughout the day on Friday. That will also help melt the snow. But the high wind watch goes into effect Friday afternoon, and we are expecting potentially damaging winds. Southwest winds at 20 to 35 miles per hour, but gusts up to 60 miles per hour, particularly the Spokane West Plains into the Columbia Basin. That's where we could see the strongest gusts. With the saturated ground, trees that are vulnerable to being toppled by gusty winds, even more so after these soaking rains that we are expecting, and the ground is already fairly wet. So trees are vulnerable, plus they may be stressed further by any heavy snow that we get on Friday morning. So essentially, all of the things are coming together for tree damage, which could lead to property damage and, of course, power outages. The peak winds expected in the overnight Friday into early Saturday morning, so definitely put that in the back of your mind before you go to bed Friday night, that the winds are going to pick up even more while you are sleeping. Overnight lows tonight are going to be, here's where it gets kind of tricky, right around freezing or a little bit above. So it is not a slam dunk in terms of how much snow we are expecting to accumulate right around the Spokane area. You'll notice through the I-90 corridor, temperatures in the mid-30s. Once we get up around Spangle, Cheney, Deer Park, we're at freezing or below, and those are the spots where we're going to be looking more at that 2 to 4 inch accumulation range. Here is your 12-hour forecast. Rain snow mix at 6 a.m., turning all to rain by 9 a.m. Winds will be ramping up. Those are sustained winds you see on the graphic. 26 miles per hour at 3, 27 miles per hour at 6, but gusts at that time will already be in that 40 mile per hour range plus, and just picking up even further once we get into Friday night. We are all over this storm. Please join meteorologist Matt Gray and I for team coverage on this storm tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6. And go to KXOY.com 24 hours a day, plus download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app for more. Thanks for watching.